The Oscars are getting absolutely roasted, ladies and gentlemen, because the new restrictions for inclusivity on Best Picture are going to be going into effect in 2024. And it's not just like us, the general public, that's roasting them. It's the creatives that are roasting them as well. So it was, they basically said, look, if you release The Godfather today, it wouldn't be eligible for Best Picture.
No.
So let's go through some of the requirements that you have to have now if you want to be eligible for Best Picture at the Oscars. So it says, starting in March 2024, movies will not be considered for Best Picture nomination unless they meet 2 out of 4 standards. One of them is featuring a lead or significant supporting character from a, quote, underrepresented racial or ethnic group, have a main storyline that focuses on a underrepresented group, or at least 30% of the cast comes from 2 or more underrepresented groups. Women, ethnic minorities, LGBTQIA+, or disabled. First of all, women actually make up the majority of the population, so that is cap, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolute cap. But the other thing is, like, what if you're from, like, this is the first thing I thought of. I was like, what if you're from a different type of underage group? What if you're just from, like, what if you're, like, a victim of a hit-and-run car crash? That's an underrepresented group in movies. What if somebody hit you with a car, you didn't die, you're still alive, you're healthy, but my goodness, you got hit by a car once. You're underrepresented in the media, right? I am a 5'5" Croatian, Polish, American citizen. I want to know what that representation is. Is it just because skin color is white? Like how far do you go down the identity ladder to tell me what the hell is underrepresented? Because these are arbitrary guidelines that are bullshit.
Yes.
They don't actually help anything, and they're anti-creative.
Well, the Hollywood has embraced equity instead of just equality, you know, and just being inclusive, right? They need it to... See, whenever you try to do something on paper, it's never going to work out. And that's what it is. Like, on paper, I get it. You get representation from every group. It's one big family. We're all happy. Yeah, but it doesn't work out that way. It doesn't.
Like that manifesto that I know so much about.
Right.
But isn't this basically what the Oscars have been doing this whole time? And now they're just making it like, yeah, we're actually doing it. They're saying the quiet part aloud.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, I think the people that were actually in charge of, like, voting were just always kind of woke in their bubble, but now it's like, no, these are the actual guidelines and criteria we're going to follow. So now movies are going to take this into account and predict.
When they're going, because they already have to take into account when it comes to getting actual tax breaks and funds, because there's other rules in place. But here's the thing. First of all, what is the vagueness of significant supporting character? Like, there's no definition of what that is. Like, that could mean anything. Like what does that actually mean? Also, like, when you think about it, like, I don't know if anybody here, like you make music, right? So you create things. Like, sometimes it is daunting enough just to create something on your own. And, like, it's very easy to, like, start writing and then just give up because it's too much work. It's very hard to do. So imagine, like, you're going through all of the work. It's a Herculean effort to actually get something creative made, from brain to page to camera to editing bay to post-production and outward. And then now you're like, now I have these dorks at the Academy telling me who I can hire, what I can include. It would just make a lot of people want to just stop. Like why would you want to bother? If some nerd in a bow tie is going to handicap you and tell you who you can hire for your movie.
Yeah, that's why I love, like, I scrolled down and it made me laugh, literally scrolling down to see All Quiet on the Western Front, how it features a white male cast. I'm like, interesting. You think? You think World War I Germany, all male, all white cast? Interesting take. That's very interesting.
And it wouldn't qualify.
It wouldn't qualify anymore, and that was it was a Best Picture nominee according to them. And
Have
it's
you
like
seen
it
it?
just suddenly would be. I've not actually seen the entire film.
Really good.
Yeah, I assume it would be. I've read the book, but I've never seen the actual film.
I got a message
I'm not
the other
saying
day.
that I really have read the book, but
I got a message the other day where a guy, like, I get, like, unsolicited messages all the time. People are always very polite.
You too?
Yes. People are always
cool. Me
very
too,
But
bro.
there's, like, usually it's in relation to, like, a story post that I make, so it's attached to something. But I got a message the other day. Now, I don't know if this guy's watching or if he even watches the show. I'm assuming he does, because it was about movies, and I don't post. I post more about movies on my Twitter than my Instagram. But the message just said, going to go see Barbie. Oppenheimer is 3 hours long. Plus, it's only white men in the cast, so I don't want to see it. And I'm like, This was an unsolicited message to me about how he's not going to see Oppenheimer because it's full of white people. And I'm like, so this is not some, like, when people tell you that this isn't part of the culture, you're overreacting. You're not overreacting. This is permeating the culture. Yeah. This is just a random message from somebody that I'd never talked to in my life.
Yeah.
Says basically, I don't want to see this movie because of race. Yeah. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. When I started coaching youth sports, I started to see maybe 2 years ago, they have like these safe spaces for only people of color in the school. I'm like, so you guys are choosing segregation now?
Yep.
Like you were like supporting it, you're promoting it. I'm like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
What the heck happened? So, yeah, it's scary, Brett, and this is going to keep getting worse and worse until like the whole industry just kind of falls on its head.
So this was Richard Dreyfuss's statement. He says it's completely. So this is a director says it's completely ridiculous. One director fumed to the Post. I'm for diversity, but to make you cast certain types of people if you want to get nominated, that makes the whole process contrived. No shit. The person who is right for the part should get that part. Why should you be limited in your choices? But it's the world we are in. This is crazy. Now see, my friend. My Hollywood friend that isn't named in this, you are part of an industry that did this to yourself because you introduced the virus that is virtue signaling to all that have done this on Twitter for years and years and years and years. Well, you are living in a problem you created for yourself by allowing this sentiment to gain you validation on social media, and you thought it would just stay there.
Yeah.
You never thought it would leave the internet. Well, it has, and now you're going to have to pay the piper the next time you want to make a movie, and you're making a movie about World War II Germany, and they're like, yeah, but, you know, where's
the Kaiser's actually in
I'm
black.
sorry, you got exactly what you wanted.
Exactly. Like,
seriously.
Be cool if they casted like a racially ambiguous Hitler for the next biopic.
Bro, this is what
they get Kim Kardashian, get like a Kardashian to play.
That'd be amazing.
This is what
Caitlyn Jenner actually. Never mind. Get
so
Caitlyn
good.
Jenner to play Hitler.
there you
That'd
go.
be good. It would give Ye a
down.
lot more ammunition, but it would be funny. It
Yeah,
would give me a good time.
But
so.
Ye isn't racist anymore. He watched 21
he's
Jump
not.
Street.
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah,
He watched
I do
21
remember
Jump
that.
Street. It cured him of his racism.
Listen, this is what you get when you're extremely lazy because, like, okay, let's say you're someone that wants to see more representation of Korean people in movies, right? So the lazy way is what they're doing is saying, okay, the new rules are you need 3 Korean people for every 3 whatever other race, right?
Yeah.
Rather than truly creating new art where it's a Korean story, or maybe it takes place in Korea, right? Or
we're putting on Korean producers in the movie industry that already exists in Korea.
We got
Exactly.
we got
Exactly.
a couple of good examples. We've got Everything Everywhere All at Once. We got Parasite a couple of years ago,
And we
right?
had,
So that can happen.
Well,
but then
how about that?
those happened organically.
some of the best movies in recent years have been the cast has not been that diverse. Really think about that. So it's like these policies are not producing good
diverse
content.
means not white. In Hollywood, diverse means not white.
Non-white, non-man.
Yes.
Can I push back on this a bit?
Yes.
So I didn't really go out of my way to see any of those movies, and I'm not saying they're bad because I don't know. I haven't seen them. But I have no interest in seeing these movies, and when movies are touted as being diverse, and I'm at the point where you've gotten to the point where you might make a good movie that's got an all Asian cast or whatever. It's all diverse, but you've told me how terrible of a person I am this whole time that I just don't care. I don't want to watch your damn movie.
It's the advertising that sinks these movies
But
far
that's
more than
okay.
anything. Did anybody see Bullet Train?
Yeah,
Bullet Train
that was
was
good.
extremely diverse, and it was a fantastic movie because it was just fun.
But that's okay. Like, I wanted to kind of touch base on what you just said because not every movie and piece of art is going to be made for everyone.
No,
right?
I
So
get
that's
that.
completely.
But that's the way.
and it shouldn't either.
That's where we're going, though, right?
Yeah.
Where because it's Fortune 500 companies that own all these projects, and they want to reach the largest audience possible. You're getting watered down art that's made for as many people as possible, which therefore makes it for almost no one at all.
It's art for the ROI.
Yeah.
All ROI stuff. It's just you just want to get the money back for what you put into it, and I get it, but it's the thing is in the past it used to be how do I get this to as much of my audience as possible, knowing you had a particular niche or a particular vein of the audience, but now it's just like It's just like
Well,
it's like they say about a multi-tool. Like if you have a multi-tool, you have a tool that's half as good at everything, or not as good at everything. Versus having like the actual tool itself is going to be the best thing for whatever you're trying to get. So get numerous tools. Don't just split up and make it like a multi-tool. It's not going to work.
I've tried to fix many things with multi-tools that
it
just
doesn't go so great.
We have one here that's like got a hammer on it. It's the worst hammer
I've seen that one.
We got two $20 ones here. One from Mikey and one from Clint Torres.
All right, Mikey says Bollywood for the win at this point.
Triple R, in the chat every day, 3 or 4 people tell me to watch Triple R, and that is there's as far as I know, there's no Americans in that movie at all, right?
Yep.
Like so, good movies, good art transcends what you look like and who you sleep with. But Hollywood doesn't care about that anymore. They care about virtue signaling, and they care about their social credit score.
Well, that's what I was going to say is now it's an expectation to make money rather than just you've made something so good that it's going to make money, right? And now it's just like this needs to make money, this will make money, rather than just really focusing on the craft. They don't do that anymore.
And then one more from Clint Torres.
Clint says, speaking of representation, I was a bit disgusted with the lack of representation in all the human villains in the new Transformers movie. Also, beast machines don't say maximize, they say I am transformed.
Well, the lack of, there was human villains in all wasn't
Transformers movies?
Wasn't Patrick Dempsey a bad guy in the third Transformers movie?
Yeah.
Like
I thought he was.
I could be wrong about that.
I don't know if it's Patrick Dempsey. I don't know the names of the actors. I know there was a
in
guy.
In Dark of the Moon, I'm pretty sure Patrick Dempsey is a bad guy.
I've never seen any Transformers movies.
You're fired.
What?
You're fired.
What? This was like a back in the day thing where we all had like some.
So you don't understand the meme if blank movie was made in 2007.
I was
and it's just
not
Linkin
born in
Park
2007,
playing the end credits.
No, I remember. Yeah.
But you never saw Transformers.
Because back in the day, we had like this hate campaign against Michael Bay because it was like, movie good.
That's
explosion.
Right.
Exactly.
It's exactly right.
They're perfect.
Why do you think Oppenheimer's going to be so cool?
All right, do I have a target on my back or something?
Oh yeah.
Back off.
There's absolutely no such thing as a bad Michael Bay. That's not true. I watched as the unapologetic Michael Bay stan of this podcast.
Yeah.
I hated Ambulance, which he made with Jake Gyllenhaal in like 2020 or something like that. It was made during COVID. And you can tell it was made during COVID. Yeah. It's bad. Isaac Gonzalez is smoking hot, but very annoying in that movie. Yahya Abdul-Mateen was probably the brightest spot of that next to Jake Gyllenhaal. But the movie in general was very annoying. And it actually, it's like, imagine if you took all of the annoyance or all of the over-the-top character traits of a Michael Bay character and made them kind of annoyingly woke. That's what the Isaac Gonzalez character is, and it's really, really annoying.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, guys. And Serge, I have one more I want to talk to you about, and I think you'll have a lot to say about this one. This one says Grammys are the Recording Academy says. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.